had quite the vacation. You guys run down in Daytona, and it seems like you're off forever before you go to Martinsville this weekend. Hey, Dakoda, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. But it has been. It's been a long break. Daytona seems like it was last year, so this is kind of seems like it's the start of our season. So we're looking forward to getting out and going.
Well, the good thing you've got, I see on your website, is that it looks like you picked up some new sponsorship for 2012. That's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, for sure. It's just, with everything, the economy, how it is now, times are tough. So, it's really nice having EverFi step up and help us out. And I'm glad that we can be partners and, we're doing everything we can to help them. So it's been good so far.
We'll talk about Daytona a little bit and how that has started your season. And obviously, like you say, you've been sitting around for almost a month here, it looks like. But tell me about Daytona in retrospect.
Well, it definitely didn't end up like we wanted to. Getting caught up in the very first wreck of the race. So, we didn't get to do a whole lot of laps. Definitely was a terrible finish. So, we're definitely looking for Martinsville next week is, to get started here. I think I added up all of our total laps, practice, qualifying, everything at Daytona, and we turned like 38 total. So really slow start for us, but, we'll get it here and we'll get going.
Well, that's got to be pretty disheartening when you're down there for so long when, everybody talks about the 500 being the Super Bowl of stock car racing, but really it's kind of the truck Super Bowl in a way, too, because there's so much hype for the trucks there. And then to only run 38 total laps, it's got to be totally disheartening to you to do that. And, how do you rebound from that, I guess? Do you just kind of try and put that in the back of your mind and say, okay, that's done, that's over, we start from here?
Yeah, Daytona is kind of its own deal. It's a little different in Talladega with the way you run there. You're wide open. You kind of got what you got, and then everybody just stays together in the draft. So, stuff like that can happen. Going into it, you could get in a wreck. I think the worst part about it is, we had a good truck, and just to see all the work that the guys put into it, just to be taken away just like that, almost for nothing. That's probably the worst part, is watching that. But, I think Martinsville's so different. It's back to short track racing. So in plus it's been so long, you almost forget about everything. So everyone's momentum and everyone's bad start, everyone's kind of like a restart for everybody. So we're excited to get going.
Have you had a chance at all to get in the truck at all and do any practicing? Have you gone out to like Sandusky Speedway or anything? I mean, the weather's been really good in Northwest Ohio. I don't know if Thor Sports run out to Sandusky or anything just to get a feel for the truck again.
Yeah, it actually has been great. We were up there and we all went and tested. I have a brand new truck, so we were just wanting to get the kinks worked out of it and go race some laps at Sandusky. And I think we got a really good truck. Fastest laps I've turned up there, especially for no one being on the track and racing. So I think we got a good piece. Now just putting everything together, making sure we get stuff right for Martinsville. It should be fun.
Well, I noticed you had that ARCA interloper in that race shop there now. How's that working out for everybody?
It's good. They were actually out there testing too, so, I think it's cool. I know Frank Kimmel pretty well. I raced him. He's a great guy, great veteran of the sport in ARCA. I'm thinking those guys are gonna get going here, and they're gonna make a strong run for some wins and championships. So I think they're gonna be good.
Well, we had a chance to go out to Thor Sport when the big open house was with the new race shop and everything, and there's no lack of facilities there. There's no lack of anything for you guys to want. So that's one great thing that you got to put in your back pocket and say, what, everything that I need to go out and win races is going to be afforded to me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Duke and Ron have done such a great job in building that new race shop. It's really good for the guys to have such a nice facility, and everyone kind of prides themselves on being in Ohio, and you don't have to be in the North Carolina area to go out and win races. So I think everyone's looking forward to the season to get rolling here, where we're racing every other week or whatever. So, it's been a slow start, but we're ready to go.
Tell me about Martinsville from your perspective. We look at it as race fans and race commentators, and we look at that race and say, you know what, it used to be Bristol. You say, man, if I could only go one place in a race car and I could have my dream, it would have been Bristol. But it's really almost changed. Charlie and I have talked about Martinsville and how much fun it would be to run Martinsville. Do you feel the same way about that racetrack? Is that a place that it's if you had a bucket list because you hadn't been there, that would be one of those places you'd want to go?
Well, it's definitely a unique track. Just for the NASCAR series, it's kind of its own deal. When you talk about everything being unique, most of our other tracks are a little bigger. A lot of them, there's either a track that has some type of similarities, but it's such a small, flat track that it's kind of like a track that we, a lot of drivers grew up racing on. So to get to go run there in the NASCAR series is very special, and I know, I'm ready to go, and I know our team is. So I think it's going to be a good race. And the racing there is always good. The trucks, we run shorter races, and you got to fight for your position as quick as you can to get up there. So it's a lot of fun.
Is there any place else that you talk about, growing up at other racetracks? Is there any place else that has curbs like they do, like that?
Hey, no. It's the weirdest part with the concrete and then going to the asphalt. It's really different, and that's one thing. I actually haven't raced on the track yet, so it's a little different with the grip level and how it is. So you just got to figure it out. But I think we will, and I think it's a good track, so we'll have some fun.
All right. Well, Dakoda, we wish you all the best this week at Martinsville throughout the rest of the year, and finish up towards the front. Get lots of laps in. At least that way it'll be a lot more fun for you than sitting there watching most of the race after you wreck out. So hopefully nobody's going to get in your way again.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to it.
All right. Best of luck to you. Thanks so much for being with us.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Taylor Malsum.
Now they beat Dakota Armstrong.
Was on just a little while ago, and now Dakota Armstrong,
That's
driver
all right, Steve.
of the number
I'm just
98 Thor Sport.
Just here to